Good morning, good morning, good morning. Beautiful sunrise on the horizon. You can see the sun over just over the tree line here. Phil Davis, Ancestry Lands, ancestrylands.com. Happy holidays to you folks. For people questioning, where's the channel? What's the channel going to be? I always try to say about understanding land ownership. When you understand land ownership is everything beneath the building, everything, like look around this scenery right now. Land is associated with the trees, land is associated with housing. The traffic light in front of me is on land. The road is built on land. Everything with land that you can do is all around us, from posting a sign to planting a tree to growing fruit. Everything. It's even the bus. So if I do a video about a bus drives on land. Okay, that's the relevance to the channel and all things associated with it. I've been doing a lot of DIY, a lot of build your own, grow your own greenhouses, because when people buy land, it is not just owning the land to you just have vast amount of acreage of land. People can hunt on land, people can grow crops on land, people can vacation on land. They got glamping, which is a newer thing, where it's like camping, but you kind of have a structure that is on it, like almost like a campgrounds, but you're kind of camping, if you will, but it's a little bit more glamored up, hence the term glamping. And the reason being is that land is so much more than dirt. And when you get your mind calibrated towards understanding that when you own land, you can grow crops, you can have animals, you can build a greenhouse, you can learn to stockpile, you can create root cellars, you can create wine cellars. The options are very limitless when you understand the vast capabilities of what land can bring to you. And that's what people are missing. So the channel has to move just beyond the properties I sell, the book I wrote, even sometimes my drive to work, because again, the more people are educated about what you can do with land, the more people can understand the possibilities that come forth when they own land. They understand that they don't have to rely on inflated government prices to see what they can save. I got a video coming out, or that may be out before this video, where it talks about the cost of growing your own food and what you can save growing 200 pounds of tomatoes. I know people are going to say, I'm not going to grow 200 pounds of tomatoes. And you can grow 200 pounds of tomatoes versus what you would buy if you had 200 pounds of tomatoes, if you purchased from the grocery store. So, and you say, well, what am I going to do with the extra tomatoes? Well, you can give them as gifts. You can create sauces. You can create canned goods and preserve them. There's a lot that you can do if you take the time out of your day and you learn from those things. So that's what these videos are for. Even my holiday anime series, sometimes I try to reach beyond and show people that I'm capable of doing things beyond just being a one-trick pony. And that's what you need to learn as a content creator, to be able to have many hats and things that you do. And what you're seeing is me have an attempt at trying something new. That's important, because every now and then people start to kind of, it becomes white noise, where people understand what you're going to say. People understand your methodology. I watch a lot of content creators, and they do become repetitious in the points that they create. Or they become repetitious in the fact that they tend to center around and circle around the same thing, which is why you lose audiences. I mean, if I watch the news, right? You watch CNN. CNN isn't all just, well, let me not say them, but the news generally, when you go on Yahoo, the Yahoo has a myriad of different topics they cover. So why not be more like the news in that you can provide knowledge on all things? That's what this one generation to a next is for. I'm just making my case to the viewers so they can understand you're always going to get a new flow of content, and you're still going to see land videos. Yeah, you're going to see those, because we still sell land. But we also need to let you understand that here's what you can do on land, because every person that at least I sold land from, or to, or even bought land from, the properties are different regions. Not every area is like Pennsylvania, and not every area in Pennsylvania is the same, even though the state generally has a homogeneous geography. There are no deserts in Pennsylvania. There are deserts in California, and there are mountain areas that look very much like this, where there are wooded tree areas in California. California has a mix of different climates, a mix of different terrain. So I've sold properties in Northern California and properties in Southern California, Colorado, Arizona. There's not one fit for everything you can do on land just by taking a California property and saying, here's what will work with every property. As I've also put in my book, that there are many times you can't do the same things on every property because states have different covenants or regulations of what can be done on the properties. So understanding that, agricultural in one place might be different from another place. For instance, properties in New Mexico, because of the temperate climate in New Mexico, you can grow something like tomatoes, probably longer. They'll be in season longer than you could in California, which does have some cooling temperatures that reach down into the 20s. California does get cold. Los Angeles did get snow. So you can hit that point where your information will be different for properties that are sold in one area for another. So a vertical tower, how to grow tomato video might work for people who have properties from me in New Mexico. So I say that so that way my viewers can understand that not every video will apply to you, but a lot of videos will apply to you. A lot of videos will be knowledgeable because I don't want people to think that I'm just a land guy. I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a nurse. I've been helping and saving lives. I'm a landowner, I'm an author. Actually, I'm an anime creator at this point. I've learned to write scripts. There's so many things that can be interesting about a person if you just let that flower bloom. And I'm saying that to people because you do not want to lack creativity in life. The question I get asked more so than anything else: Phil, how'd you do it? What made you do it? They're probably top two questions that I get asked as in this later part of my life. I'm at the midway point, 43. I'm in the midway point in my life. I almost got more life behind me than I do in front of me. And the reason I can answer their questions and say, how did I do it? Why did I do it? Is simply because thoughts come to my mind because I'm always thinking. Thoughts come to my mind because I'm always thinking of new ways to be creative. And sometimes those random ideas become videos or things that I create. I pluck them out of my mind and I put them right in front of you. Now, some of them may not be as polished or refined as maybe a Pixar Studios in the anime case of the Untold Story of Thanksgiving, but still, that is my thoughts put down into a visual that you can see. And that's the beauty of being a content creator. I'm not a land video creator. I'm a content creator, and I create content so that way it can bring value to many people, not just here in America, but here, the lands afar. I just want to say that to people because my father used to tell me when I was a kid, he'd say, Phil, the world is much bigger than your neighborhood. Like, I live near Philly. The world is much bigger than Philadelphia. I've lived in a lot of different states. And what I've come to learn is that even if, and here's a kicker that I learned. In the Northeast, back when I grew up, McDonald's used to have a thing called the chicken fajita, okay? It's like a little taco rolled up like a burrito, small little skinny thing with chicken in it. And when I moved to Arizona, I went to McDonald's one day, this is 20 years ago, and I asked for a chicken fajita. Girl looked at me like I was crazy. I said, a chicken fajita, it's on the dollar menu. So the girl still looking at me like, I don't know. She looked at the menu, I looked at the menu, and I read, and I didn't see anything up there about a chicken fajita. Now, I'm in Arizona where you would think burritos or tacos or fajitas would be on and popping. I would have thought they would have probably had rice on the menu because of the proximity to Mexico. And they didn't. So what does that tell me? That what I'm accustomed to here is different than somewhere else. What a chicken fajita is to me is non-existent for someone in Arizona. Just saying that means that simply the world is much bigger than your neighborhood. You should never think that a chicken fajita is just everywhere because it's sold in Pennsylvania or sold in New York. We find out now that McDonald's have different menus in different areas all around the United States. So I say that again, is that the world is much bigger than your neighborhood. The YouTube is much bigger than your initial content, and it's okay to try to step out there to do something new, because you might find something that people are interested, and you should see your channel evolve as you go through. You shouldn't be doing the same thing. If you got 1 million subscribers and 1 million subscribers are used to seeing you do the same thing, how long are they going to watch before they find the new thing? But again, everything is somewhat connected, because again, it all deals with land. When you own land, everything that you can do above it always connects. From building a road to building that tower right there. Those towers are very interesting. I've learned about those towers. I've seen them now in my videos. These towers are pinging signals all around. Those towers there. Thank you, Mr. Combs. And all I'm saying to you all is that you don't understand how much you can do with land and the power of land until you start to look at every place around you. They built railroad tracks over land. Hell, land that is historical is preserved, and they turned them into parks or national parks. So I say that because, again, the more land you own, the more you start to change your mindset on what could or can't be done. Now, again, I could always decide to move to any one of my properties, build a home and live in it. Hell, I could build a home on every property that I own, and now all of a sudden own 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 homes with rental homes, turn them into that. That's how quick you can make that decision. That's how quick things could change, because you own the land. I could go to a developer and say, build these properties. I'll take 30% of the real estate sales just because I'm letting you use the land. I'm not charging you for the land. All I want is 30%. I have like 40 properties I still currently own in title alone that are not being put under contract. That's the power of being able to position yourselves to make a move. Now, the question is, why are you not buying land? Phil Davis, Ancestry Lands, AncestryLands.com. I want to wish everyone a happy and safe holiday as we close out the end of 2024. It's time to start planning on what you're going to do for 2025 and getting after it. My book, Getting Dollars from Dirt, is in the description section below. There are links below also how you can find me on other social media. And don't forget my store here. You can shop. There's a little link popping up during this video where you can shop from some of my affiliate marketing people. Make sure you click that button. I might have things you're interested in. I've done stuff with like stores like Temu, Target, Walmart, many of your common stores where you would buy everyday supplies. So check those out, all right? Phil Davis, Ancestry Lands, AncestryLands.com. Don't forget, folks, you either own property or you'll be owned this property. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.